Hey there, good afternoon. Welcome to this week's episode of Cook With Me. This week, rather than posting ingredients and making you guess and then surprising you at the end of the week with what we're making, I told you we were gonna make lasagna. And this is a video rather than a live because our internet, our cell service, everything has been so stinky. So I was afraid that the last few videos I posted, I look all, so that's why this isn't a live. But anyway, we've enjoyed this particular lasagna recipe for probably more than 10 years. My kids aren't real big on casseroles with ground meat in them. I love it, my husband loves it, but we somehow raised a whole passel of kids that don't like cooked meat in their casserole. So I found this recipe that basically just uses cottage cheese and egg as the base. And my kids really, really like it. So when I started eating healthier, I had to figure out a way to make this be a recipe that I could continue to enjoy. I've done that with a lot of recipes. I've taken family favorites and tweaked them a little bit. Just changed out the ingredients I don't need anymore. Now, tonight, because I'm going to make them a traditional lasagna with, store-bought, no-bake lasagna, or no-boil lasagna noodles, but I'm going to show you how, without much fuss or muss, I'm going to have a healthy one for me, and probably my husband. He does both. Okay, but the other thing about this is because it's meatless, it's super budget friendly. Your protein is coming from cottage cheese, it's coming from the egg in it, and so it's easier on the budget. That's not beans. We eat a lot of beans. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna get started. Just to give you some tips and tricks on how we do it. I don't know that I have 2 drops of Italian blood in me. So I apologize in advance if I am offending the way lasagna is really supposed to be made. I'm sure I am. So anyway, this is just how we've adapted it. Oh, so I start with tomato sauce. I buy mine at Aldi. It is sugar-free. I just realized I didn't turn notifications off on my phone. Hopefully you won't hear too many bing bongs. Anyway, so I blend mine up. That's why it's in here, because my kids don't like chunks either. And actually, I don't like tomato chunks. I like in pico and stuff like that, I'm good with that. But stewed tomatoey types, So I've sprayed both of these pans with some coconut spray, so cleanup is easier. Okay, and you start with a little bit on the bottom and spread it around. So this one, the square one, is gonna be mine, and this bigger one will be for the rest of the family. And so just a little bit on the bottom. Okay. Now, the bulk of it I've already whipped up, and it is a cottage cheese concoction. Okay, so this is like poor man's ricotta. All right, so we've got cottage cheese, egg, a little bit of mozzarella, some green canned Parmesan, seasonings, chopped garlic, basil, salt, pepper, and a pinch of nutmeg. And that is really, really good. So that is going to go, let's see, let's go with noodles first. Okay, so I said in my original post that you needed to pick either Dreamfield's lasagna, which are really, really hard to find. Like, I think you can only get them online. We used to be able to get them in a store here. They stopped carrying Dreamfields altogether. Thank you very much. So, but that's okay, because we don't want to be eating Dreamfields all the time. All right, we've got to keep Dreamfields in its own particular box, because it can stall out your weight loss. It can cause you to gain. If you struggle with blood sugar, it's probably best to just stay away altogether. So these are just no boil noodles, because who has time to boil noodles? And I've got 2 different boxes here from 2 different, because it seems like it never takes one full box, so you always have extras. So, okay, so I've got a layer of noodles. So now in mine, what am I gonna do? Well, sometimes I will use dream fields. I'll boil some elbows or I'll boil some penne and I'll make mine like that. Sometimes I just use the sauce and the cheese. Sometimes I will use zucchini, spinach, or eggplant. But really, my favorite is cauliflower, which you never hear about that unless it's a white lasagna. Then there'll be vegetables like cauliflower in it. But I really like cauliflower. It's so mild tasting. So I've already steamed this in the bag, and then I love this Pampered Chef tool. You go, and it chops it up into kind of more manageable. I don't want big trees. And I do that, and then we blop on the sauce, blop, blop, blop. So I've blended this up because it's better to not have the chunky of cottage cheese in there. So anyway, and then you just assemble. You just keep doing that, layer sauce, noodles, cheese, sauce, noodles, cheese, and then on the top, mozzarella cheese. So that's it. I wanted to show you this book. This is called my Black and White Cookbook because it's a black and white composition book. I started this book with Family Hits in 2006, so 14 years ago. So a lot of these recipes in here are not healthy recipes. They're good home cooking recipes type thing. And so over the years, I've been able to modify a lot of them to be more the way we all eat now. And so I think this lasagna recipe came from Taste of Home magazine, cooking magazine. Do you remember that? So anyway, I will type all this out. You cook it at 375. I like to cook it covered for 20, uncovered for 20, let it set for 10 minutes, and bam, it's lasagna. And it's healthy, and it's economical, and the kids are gonna love it. So let me know if you have questions. Thanks so much for cooking with me this week, and I will talk to you again soon.